When game time comes, the lights come on, the music comes on. There's 18,000 people in the arena. It's like a different switch comes on. You're on the stage then, and it's, you know, it's like an entertainer, you perform.
Hey, that is a reverse 360.
Showmanship is showing the fans you're having as much fun as they are.
Oh, what a pass! Oh, boy! Jason Williams.
That's a showman to me, where every night he gonna come out and he gonna do something different.
Welcome to the Kobe Show.
He's as high as a man can go without an airplane.
When you do it, you know, sometimes you amaze yourself.
Iverson, feet behind the back, got the layup.
Throughout NBA history, certain players have taken the game far beyond the fundamentals. These basketball showmen have delighted fans with their flair and creativity.
Oh my goodness, Maravich.
I think a lot of the guys, the young guys now, have really learned a lot of the showmanship from the older guys. There's no question.
Michael goes again. Jordan. Yes! He's unstoppable right now.
Now a new cast of performers arrives on center stage. Drawing inspiration from the past, they are taking the art of NBA showmanship into the future.
Up high and down hard.
Welcome to NBA Now, the showmen of today. In 1979, the curtain went up on one of the game's greatest showmen. He was Irvin Johnson, the man known as Magic.
I want you to know that this man has a smile that lights up a television screen from here to Bangor, Maine. His name is Magic Johnson.
Magic would bring his smile and unique style to the NBA.
Here comes Magic. Beautiful pass by the rookie.
In his very first season, Magic would become an all-star, lead the Lakers to an NBA championship, and emerge as a true showstopper.
Magic, no look underneath, score. Magic's flying.
Magic wants it more, dribble behind the back.
Oh, what a play. Slam dunk.
Yeah, Magic is crazy. He's that crazy wild guy on the basketball court.
Look at Magic. Beautiful.
What a piece of work that man is.
I knew that I could no look and all that, but I was a student of the game. I was smart. I worked hard. I played hard.
He had a passion, simply a passion, an incredible passion to play basketball. He loved the game. He loved to entertain the crowd. And so Irvin's personality made that team Showtime.
Oh, you're gonna dig this.
That was a Showtime move.
Showtime was coming down on a fast break. Looking left, throwing right. Showtime was coming down. You know, you gotta shake, rattle, and roll first, and then don't even look.
Magic became bigger than a basketball game and became more of an event. We just happened to be right next door to Hollywood.
I wouldn't do an hour series in those days because I said I'm not going to miss those games. You just wouldn't miss them, and you'd work it into your contract so you could be free to go.
Still going. Oh, highlight film. Oh, a spectacular play by Magic Johnson. Magic! Are you kidding me?
You know when you go to a concert to somebody you really love, and they start putting on a show, and then all of a sudden you're up out of your seat, and you don't know how you stood up. You didn't know that you were up because they captivated you. They put you right here. And it's the same way with me.
And now the other way, Magic.
Oh, what a pass!
You know, he found an incredible desire to want to play basketball and play it at its fullest. And I think it manifested itself in one of the great personalities in the history of professional basketball.
Now, another charismatic Laker takes his place in the spotlight. And in just a few short years, Kobe Bryant has created his own version of Showtime.
There goes Kobe. Watch this play. Bryant putting his drive down the lane. A spectacular
Kobe's giving the people what they came to see, that's for sure.
And when the fans are thrilled, so is Kobe.
You just get a sensation when you play, your adrenaline starts pumping. I mean, you can feel it in the crowd. You can feel the anticipation. And where I get the thrill is they don't know when it's going to happen.
Here's Jones dribbling. He's down the middle. He goes in deep. Scoops it up. Knocks
Kobe Bryant! It'll just happen just like that. They'll just be like, oh, that was it. That was it.
Take a look at O'Neal dishing off for Kobe Bryant. Oh, what a dunk!
I remember what Babe Ruth said. He swings big and he misses big. Same thing with me. I have no fear whatsoever.
Drive Kobe all the way into slam dunk.
You wait for the right time, you come down, you dunk on somebody, and you look at the guy like. Stuff like that brings fun into the game and it gets the fans involved.
Kobe Bryant up high and down hard.
He's as high as a man can go without an airplane.
Kobe learned about basketball and showmanship at a young age. His father, Joe Jellybean Bryant, played for the Philadelphia 76ers of the 1970s. An entertaining team with a high-flying cast led by the doctor, Julius Erving.
He put a little extra one on that one.
And from the beginning, Joe realized that Kobe was destined for the NBA.
Ever since he was small, he's always had a basketball in his hand. He's always had that dream of being a professional athlete.
After 8 NBA seasons, Joe moved his family to Italy, where he continued to play professionally. It was a world away from Philadelphia, but that didn't stop Kobe from following his dream.
My grandparents would send us all kinds of NBA tapes. I used to get all of them, man. And I was the type of kid, if I saw something on TV, I'd go out in the backyard and try to do it, for the simple fact that I wanted to have every move possible.
When he was 13, the family moved back to the United States, where Kobe discovered he still had a lot to learn about basketball.
When I came back from here to America, the first thing I wanted to experience was playground basketball. When I got back to Philadelphia, I was getting worn out because players were so much better than I was. So it was a matter of adjusting and learning the game.
He began working even harder to achieve his goal.
All I wanted to do was improve, and my focus was on basketball, and that's all that mattered to me.
Kobe improved quickly to the point where he became a high school superstar. At age 18, he made the bold decision to jump to the NBA.
I've always been around basketball, and I always wanted to be a professional basketball player, and there was no doubt in my mind that I was going to be that.
Trailer!
From the start, it was clear he had made the right move.
They have the ball underneath. Kobe Bryant scores. Oh, my goodness! He's putting on a clinic, folks. Well, he's going to have a short one by Kobe. He did. Under the shack, slam dunk.
Kobe Bryant is playing spectacular basketball in every area right now.
The crossover, the playground moves, the shades going behind your leg like that, around your neck. So you got a little bit of everything.
As he showcases his many skills, it's obvious that Kobe has learned his playground lessons well.
Wow, did you see the move by the kid? That's Kobe.
Did you see the finish by the kid?
But as polished as he is, he constantly studies the game and its players.
I take bits and pieces from everybody. Magic, Mike, Larry, Karl Malone, Elijah Wan, Barkley. And I'll take bits and pieces of everybody's moves, everybody's strengths, and incorporate them into my game.
That's some move. A glimpse of Kobe Bryant.
And his lifelong passion for the game is apparent each time he steps onto the court.
All the emotions that you have held inside you, once you get out on the basketball court, you just let it all out. You just let it all loose. There's no bars. It's out there playing the game that you love and that you learn how to play, competing against the best basketball players in the world in front of thousands of people. You can't top that. That's the ultimate show.
Here we got a dribble drive, change of direction by Bryant, slam dunk.
Woo! I think that's what the fans came to see.
The NBA's original court magician was Bob Cousy, the floor leader of the Boston Celtics. A 12-time All-Star, Cousy would lead the league in assists for 8 consecutive seasons, while mesmerizing fans with his flashy playmaking. He became the first guard to be named the league's most valuable player, and most importantly, he helped lead the Celtics to 6 NBA championships.
It's all over. The Boston Celtics are once again the world champions.
Nicknamed the Houdini of the hardwood, Cousy ushered in a revolutionary style of play.
Hi there. He was unique. He did things with a basketball that hadn't been done before.
Out to Bob Cousy, and is he ever on the beam?
All of a sudden, here's this little guy dribbling the ball through his legs, around behind his back, hitting the open man with passes. Cousy brought excitement to the game.
Bob Cousy has dazzled countless fans with his thrilling brand of basketball.
I certainly was aware that my style of playing was attractive to fans in those days. What I was doing 30 years ago now, every 12-year-old is doing in every schoolyard in the country, and doing it better and probably with more panache and flair than I was doing it. But I was getting all the attention in the 50s because I was the only one doing it.
30 years later, young Jason Kidd would carry the torch passed by Cousy. Kidd led his high school team to the state title with skills that captured national attention.
The biggest thing was I wanted to dominate, and anytime I took the basketball court or practice, I wanted to stand above everybody, by far.
And Kidd would do just that as a high school All-American and National Player of the Year. After 2 years at the University of California, he was ready to take his act to the game's biggest stage.
When I get to the NBA, I don't know what I might do.
What he did was dazzle the fans.
What a feed by Kidd. Deep goes with a short route to Kidd, and his pass off the glass back to Kidd for the layup. What a play! Jackson, Kidd off the drive. Oh, Jason! How about that play? Jason Kidd, some pass ahead to Mashburn. What a great pass by Jason Kidd. Kidd on the push. Look away pass to Lorenzo Williams.
After winning Rookie of the Year honors in Dallas, Kidd would move on to Phoenix, where he continued to find the open man in spectacular fashion.
Gugliotta, Robinson, and Oliver Miller. Kidd on the drive, bounce the ball to Gugliotta. Bam,
There's Kidd again, number 2 in the NBA in steals. Comes up with another one. Ahead it comes, and it does. Oh, my!
Kidd, played by Lucius Harris right now. Kidd backing down, a no-look behind the back, bounce to Kevin Johnson, reverse layup, good. Outlet, and he's fouled.
The thing I love and the passion is passing the ball. I enjoy my teammates scoring a basket. I always feel a part of myself scoring that basket. I like the no-look passes and the defense goes for the guy that you looked off, and it's a layup or a dunk, and that brings the excitement to the fans.
Kidd, no look. Oh, was that pretty? Jason Kidd masterpiece.
But for Kidd, passing is not just a passion. It is a key to achieving his ultimate goal.
Championships are number one on the list, and the individual goals come second, and I think those fall into place when you can win a championship.
He does it all. He gives you his body and his soul. I mean, look at him do whatever it takes for his team to win.
Here comes Jason Kidd. The Suns can tie. Kidd to the bucket. He's tied it. We're tied at 89 with 11 seconds to go.
And the Suns will have the chance to take the lead.
His passion, his heart, is what his greatest asset is as a leader. His teammates just know he's special and follow him no matter what.
Now, like Bob Cousy before him, Jason hopes to leave a legacy that will include both showmanship and a championship.
Perfect pass break, triggered by the best point guard in the NBA, Jason Kidd.
I'm not satisfied with where I'm at, and I've just started climbing the mountain, and I want to get to the top of it.
At 6'1", Isaiah Thomas was perhaps the game's greatest little man, combining the heart of a champion with the flamboyance of a showman.
You're going back and forth, and you're moving, and you groove, and that was a chance for you to display your creativity and to just let your mind go nuts out there on the court.
Isaiah breaks up the lane, falls, but keeps the dribble twice. Now comes back toward the lane, to the hoop, up in, off the glass, and he's fouled. Holy cow. Shot clock at 15 by Isaiah. Still has the dribble right side. Way down to the floor. Comes in the lane. 10-footers out the way. Got it.
The guy who's sitting in the 15th row and the woman who's sitting in the second row, everybody was kind of connected and feeling the same. Ooh, ah, ooh, you know, it was great.
Lamb in double digits with 10 rebounds. Oh, no. Bounce to Lamb. He got it.
That was a highlight. Oh.
What set Thomas apart is not just that he made spectacular plays, but that he made them in the game's most crucial moments.
Off the high glass, and he hit it. He's being mobbed by his teammates. Woo!
Pressure makes diamonds, and he would always shine at the right time. Definitely, always shine.
Come on, Isaiah, take it over, baby.
Thomas on the drive. Goal. He makes this. Can you believe that shot? A gift from heaven. That was just one of the most incredible shots you'll ever see in a pressure situation.
He wanted to be the guy with the ball to win or lose in almost every single game.
We're not shooting until the final second. If I make it, we win. If I miss it, we going into overtime.
Here's Isaiah. Let's see what we got. All the way up. Go!
That is literally carried the team on his back.
Take them to the promised land.
Following the trail blazed by Isaiah is Allen Iverson, one of the game's smallest players, who is also one of its biggest stars.
Iverson off the pick and roll. Reverse layup is good. Well moved by Allen Iverson. Oh, my. Take that. 4-on-1 for the Sixers. Iverson fake behind the back. Got the layup, and he's fouled.
He became the shortest player ever to lead the NBA in scoring. But to Iverson, size is no object.
That's what the fans come here to see, folks.
I don't look at it like I'm 6 feet. I just look at it like, you know, I'm the best scorer. And I don't want to be a point guard or a two guard. I'd rather people label me as a creator. I just want to create on the court.
Now to Iverson, baseline dribble, cut off, throws it up anyway and in. I do not believe it! Iverson has Jordan, the crowd is into it. Allen shakes free, gets two!
This kid loves to play basketball. It comes right down here in the soul. Take everything else away, give him a basketball, and he smiles, and he'll break you down, break your ankles with that smile as quick as with that crossover.
That crossover dribble has become one of Allen's most devastating and electrifying weapons.
Iverson, lightning quick on the crossover.
A lot of times, I don't even really just think about it. When I get the ball, I just react. I just go.
Right away, the crossover is shown, and Allen has his way. What a play! I don't believe it!
Iverson has a style all his own, but he's also been influenced by those who came before him.
Back when I was, a little kid, I went to the court and said, today I'm this guy. Shoot like Bird, jump like Mike, pass like Magic, be quick like Zeke.
Has he been making the plays at both ends of the floor? He is simply taking over like Michael Jordan takes over at times.
I just thank those guys for giving me something to see, just giving me a vision, and, helping me to get here, because without me seeing those guys do some of the things that they've done, I wouldn't be here.
Time to roll, baby, time to roll.
And now, he is turning his visions into reality.
And there's Iverson, usually all over the place. Look at that bounce pass to Kukoc! Yes! Here come the Sixers, a 3-on-2. What a look for Geiger, who gets two!
Taken off over there by Davis. He gives the ball to Iverson. Wrap around pass behind the back. Underneath. Great play.
That's Allen Iverson at his best.
But Iverson is far more than style. He is substance as well. A player with fierce determination and an intense will to win.
Automatically, they're like, well, I'm not backing down to this cat. I'm going to play this game like it's my last game. But little do they know that I play every game like it's my last too.
And the Sixers looking to Allen Iverson to make it happen. Iverson for three. Yeah! Oh, he banked it in! They love this young guy.
And while his career is still very young, Allen is already setting the standard for future generations.
I go to the court now and I see little kids trying to do the things I do on the court, and it makes me feel like I came a long way.
Now, as an NBA All-Star, he has taken his place among the game's elite. But what is most remarkable is that Allen is just beginning to scratch the surface of his immense talent.
Iverson spins around the fallen Kidd, behind the back to Carter.
Allen Iverson still has room to grow. That's the beautiful thing about this superstar. We knew we had a star in Philly, but now the world sees we have a superstar.
Sometimes you feel like you can fly, and sometimes you surprise yourself.
Yeah, I love transition, so if I'm in transition, you better watch out.
I'm just looking him in the eye and say, yeah, you know it's coming, but he can't do nothing about it.
Today's NBA features a cast of talented entertainers who are playing to rave reviews all over the league.
Sprewell back, rolls right by Bryant to the hole.
Sensational, watch the spin. Oh my, where'd he go?
He didn't go to the hole. He stood up midair and let it go down. Whoa, did he get up?
Crossover.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my.
How many times is this guy going to perform at that level? He is unbelievable.
Tim Hardaway has been a crowd pleaser ever since he entered the league with Golden State in 1989.
The killer crossover. Oh, brother. What a move by Hardaway.
And inside Tim's bag of tricks is his trademark move, the killer crossover dribble.
Hardaway, this away, that away, Hardaway, all the way to the hoop.
Well, it's just a thing when you bringing up the ball, it's just you and your defender, and you staring your defender right in your eye, and he knowing that the crossover is coming, but he can't do nothing about it.
Hardaway, like a magician.
Hardaway on the spin. Hardaway!
Oh my!
When you do it, it's like, I got you. I'm one up on you now.
Like Tim Hardaway, Steve Francis of the Houston Rockets puts on a dazzling floor show, but he can also take his act airborne.
Francis invented that shot in midair. Man, that kid can just fly.
He'll be an exciting player, and he already is.
The way he's shooting and going to the basket, doing stuff, you'll come just to see him with somebody.
Francis just sails by, takes it in for two. Did you see that acceleration? Steve Francis rockets in his rear end, sails into the next millennium.
And the 2000 NBA.com slam dunk served as a launching pad for this high-flying rocket.
Francis,
While point guards like Francis can play the part of showman, it is a role that also fits some of the league's bigger shooting guards. And two of the most sensational are the New York Knicks' Latrell Sprewell and the Milwaukee Bucks' Ray Allen.
Douglas with the bullet pass to Ray Allen, shaking. Oh, on the line! Oh, no!
Sprewell a slam on the attack. Allen with shaking it. Oh, my goodness. Poked away, and here comes Sprewell.
Sprewell is like lightning. Slam it down with a tomahawk.
It's like you never get tired or you never get down as a team, when a guy like that is in the game.
Here's Sprewell. Yeah. Whoa. He's making like Michael Jordan tonight.
It's one thing when you come out during practice and, there's nobody in the gym and you got some things to work on.
Woo. I'm hot.
And then, when game time comes, it's like a different switch comes on.
Ray Allen crosses over down the lane with a drive-in dunk. Whoa, where'd that come from?
You're on a stage and you do just that extra because people are watching.
Oh, what a play, It's great basketball. That is exciting basketball. Bring it on. Bring it on, he says.
These guys are good. These guys are really good, really talented, and just doing it.
Grant Hill has been doing it in exciting fashion since his first game with the Detroit Pistons in 1994, when he soared onto the scene.
What a way to start your career. How's he going to top that?
It was a preview of things to come, as Hill has gone on to stardom. And as his stature has grown, so has his confidence.
Stay right there. Oh yeah, force me left.
You have to have a little bit of cockiness. You have to be sure of yourself and sure of what you can do.
Hill for Detroit down the middle. Shake and bait. Go to the hoop. Underhand scoop. Good.
Grant has to be one of the fastest people at his size with the ball. And as a defender, you're at his mercy.
Grant Hill taking this game over.
Hey, Alvin, tell me when.
Big moments for me, just dunking on big guys, dunking on Pat Ewing, dunking on Dikembe, dunking on Alonzo Mourning. You can easily dunk on those 6'5" guys. When you dunk on a 7-footer and a guy who's known for his defense and his shot blocking, that's a big thrill. That's a big highlight.
Grant Hill with the explosion!
It's that confrontation at the basket and knowing that you won. The crowd, your teammates, everybody's pumped up. That's exciting basketball, and that's fun basketball to play.
In the 1970s, one of the game's most flamboyant players was taking basketball showmanship to a new level. He was Pete Maravich, otherwise known as the Pistol.
I was labeled very young as a showman. Try to bring fans back. You have to do something other than just put the ball in the hoop.
Pistol was like a guy, the game was boring to him, so he had to create things to keep him interested. Just coming down, making a nice pass, he'd have to go through his legs or 2 times around his back.
Pete had a fire about him that he wanted to be, this globetrotter type of guy.
The Pistol's doing it all. A great ball game.
With his ball handling and dribbling and stuff like that, he could just trick guys. Pete just has so much razzle-dazzle in his game. He was just hard to guard.
Pete was clearly one of the first mega personalities that broke onto the scene and one of the real leaders in bringing basketball into the sort of area of artistry.
I would like to be remembered as a person that played the game with great intensity and love for the game, but also played it for one standpoint, to entertain the fans.
Now, 2 decades after Pistol Pete departed the stage, the show goes on with a new innovator, one whose game has stirred up memories of Maravich.
Magic from Jason Williams.
Yeah, you talk about the Pistol. That made me think of the Pistol as much as
Jason Williams, 3-on-1. Jason, wrap around, off his hip. Oh my goodness, that was vintage Pistol Pete Maravich.
Pistol had the ability to just ignite the crowd and do something you'd never seen before. And Jason's the same way.
Williams, up and in. Boy, if that didn't look like Pistol Pete.
We were playing in Washington, and one guy had a sign that said, Pistol Pete is alive, number 55. Hey, that's a heck of a class to be put into.
We could play and the gym be empty, and I'd still come down 3-on-1, throw by my back. That's just the way I am.
What a pass by Jason Williams to Weber.
Any pass that I throw and excites my teammates, it's going to excite me.
Great pass, Jason Williams. Oh my.
As long as I'm out there doing my thing and keeping my teammates happy and coach happy, that's all that matters to me.
But while Jason has become one of the league's marquee attractions, his journey began in a place far removed from the glare of the NBA spotlight. Jason Williams grew up in the tiny town of Bell, West Virginia, his life consumed by basketball.
Until he was ordered to go to bed at night, he was always shooting the hoop, bouncing the ball off the wall, bouncing off the floor. I can remember my dad always screaming at Jason like 10 o'clock at night, go to bed and put the basketball up. And he'd go to sleep with the basketball.
Jason would spend countless hours alone in the gym, perfecting his skills.
It's hard for people to imagine or to believe this, but he would go over for 2-3 hours at a time and never shoot a basket. He would just go over and just dribble between his legs. He'd go behind his back with both hands, bounce it off the wall. He'd draw a square on the wall and behind his back, see how many times he could hit the square.
And by the time he took the court in high school, Jason was beginning to display his now familiar ball-handling wizardry.
He's got
more tricks now than he had then, but he was still, you know, he was an entertainer. He can just do things that you just don't see.
Up the floor. Oh, what a pass! Out of backcourt! He throws it on a dime!
With his astounding passes, Jason always keeps his opponents guessing and keeps his teammates on high alert.
This guy is amazing. If you're not ready for him, you're going to miss a lot of passes.
Jason Williams, how does he do it? How does he do it?
Yeah, you got to roll with your hands up because, I mean, those passes come out of anywhere.
That was a Showtime move by Jason Williams.
Playing with him is fun, and you have to be alert because he'll hit you in the nose with the ball.
Kings break, 4-on-3. Jason with a hesitation drive, no look pass. Weber, power rip with the right hand.
He made the pass to me, you know, I really didn't see a ball. The ball just hit me in the ass.
Williams steals. Oh, yes! Oh, no!
Look at Vladdy's hands down by his knees and conk right off the forehead.
I'm the type of person who'd rather have 15 assists than 50 points.
Back out to Jason, perimeter. Steps inside the arc, feeds a baseline. Bullet, Nick Anderson. God, oh, a one-hand super.
Jason, oh, what a pass! Are you kidding me?
How did he see him there?
Seeing is usually believing, but after seeing the play of Jason Williams, it is still often hard to believe.
Williams has eyes in the back of his head.
Behind the back, between the legs, the no-look pass. You know, people like to see that.
Back to Jason Williams, no-look pass, and Weber.
Bottom line to me is having fun.
Oh, look at the ball! Jason Williams! Oh, boy!
He can stop on a dime and give you 9 cents change, that guy.
I'd rather be nowhere else in the world than in the gym. I'd rather be here than anywhere else.
Oh, baby! Behind the back!
I really don't know what I'd do without basketball.
Now I'm dazzled. Now you're dazzled.
NBA showmen come in all shapes and sizes, and one of the biggest attractions was Daryl Dawkins. He was a blend of dominance and irreverence, a character who seemed almost from another galaxy.
From the planet Lovetron, 6'11" center, Daryl Dawkins.
I wanted to entertain people because people can go see basketball anywhere, but they see a different side of people when you try to entertain them.
But early in his career, Daryl found himself waiting in the wings after being drafted out of high school by the Sixers.
I'm sitting at the end of the bench, and I'm saying, boy, I gotta let these people know I'm in here somewhere. So they put me in a game one night, and I got the ball, and I threw it in real hard. And they said, what's that? I said, it's called your mama. The next day, the fans got a hold of it. Your mama, they was coming, hey, do the your mama dunk. I said, oh, man, I got a thing going here.
And Darryl takes it right home.
And that was awesome.
Irving to Richardson. The advantage is to Philly. They give to Dawkins. Oh, slamming.
I'd like to see him underneath the basket with that ball. Look at that move. That's the best play I've seen this season.
Fans were drawn to the power and personality of the man nicknamed Chocolate Thunder.
Chocolate Thunder, the rim wrecker, the heart stopper. I was all of that, and a bag of chips.
6'11", 265 pounds, irrepressible, witty, charming at the same time, like a big teddy bear.
Ladies and gentlemen, Daryl Dawkins.
He is somebody that looks around him, sees what's there, drinks everything in, and is all about having fun.
And nothing was more fun for Daryl than naming his ferocious slams.
He had names that just come out of anywhere. I mean, he could be sleeping, he talking about names.
Here's Dawkins. Oh, what a muscle move.
Right-handed spine, Chiller Supreme.
Look out.
In your face disgrace.
Makes it 9-3 Bucks. Mr. Dawkins.
Chocolate Thunder flying, glass flying, Robazine crying, babies crying, cats crying, rump roasting, bun toasting, thank you, wham, ma'am, I am Jane.
Inside Dawkins.
That was power personified.
I enjoyed entertaining the people. I was doing my job, I just had a different way of doing it.
Carrying on Darrell's legacy is another larger-than-life showman, Shaquille O'Neal. From the moment Shaq entered the league, his talent and impact were simply enormous.
O'Neal the rebound. Now the Magic with a final shot chance. O'Neal runs the floor. Takes it all the way.
Like Dawkins, O'Neal combined force with flair, and he became an instant sensation.
O'Neal diving, saving. Oh, you gotta love that effort.
He was bigger than Darrell, and in some ways, even bolder.
I want to bang, I want to be a power player, and that's what I want to be known as. 7'1", 315 of nothing but power.
And he had the game to prove it.
Hold on to the roof! The Shaq attack!
In just his third year with the Magic, Shaq led his team to the NBA Finals.
Here's the, you know what, cherry on the sundae. The Orlando Magic, the #1 seed in the East, gets the victory.
Shaq commanded the center position and center stage as well. A born entertainer, he seemed perfect for his Disney surroundings.
SHAQIEMOUSE.
But after 4 years in Orlando, it was time to go Hollywood as Shaq joined the Lakers.
Action!
After all, what better place for a performer than the bright lights of Tinseltown?
A 7'1" center, number 34, Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq displayed his array of moves, and like Dawkins, he named them too.
Well, I have about 150 moves.
Shaq spins. Oh, the extra move, he dunked it. And he knocked David down.
My favorite move is my spin move, which is called the Black Tornado.
O'Neal into the lane. Slammer. Oh, baby. Save the women and children on that one.
Because when I spin through the lane, whoever's in the way get tossed up.
Get out of the way.
With Shaq, you notice him because he dunks so hard and he go down and he's staring and glaring.
Oh, don't do it to him like that, Shaq. Stop it. Stop it.
It's incredible that you got a man that big that he make you look like you're a little boy.
When you combine the size and strength and power that he has with a knowledge of how to play the game, it makes him an almost unstoppable force.
And Shaquille has not only become a perennial all-star, he was named one of the 50 greatest players in NBA history.
Look out, George. Here he comes. 360 turn, slam, dunk. For someone of his size and power to possess this sort of finesse, it's almost not fair.
Each night, Shaq delivers a powerful performance, one that is earning impressive reviews.
9.6. 9.6 on that 360.
I know when I go up for a power dunk, it gets the crowd into the game.
Live under the Shaq. Oh! Shaq finds it home with a right hand slam dunk.
Shaq's flamboyant play has brought new excitement to Los Angeles and awakened echoes of the past.
In the 80s, the crowd seemed to reverberate in there even when the game wasn't going on. It's back, and Shaq has brought it back.
Look at him. He's putting on a show.
But even after the game ends, the Shaquille O'Neal show continues.
They love him. He's a comedian.
Coach, remember this?
A backstage pass to the locker room finds him showcasing his latest comedy routines.
Show them all the moves you possess inside. Y'all don't know nobody like me. Ping, ping, ping. Baseline fade away like Bernard King. Off the court, silly, extroverted. But on the court, dominant, elbow throwing, dunking, everything. Oh yeah, big shot. O'Neal? That would be me. That's how I do it in real life.
And while intense on the court, he's also the gentlest of giants.
Once you're around him, his personality is really contagious. I think the thing that's most touching for me when I see him is his interaction with kids. I mean, there's a genuine love for kids with him.
It's because I'm a kid myself. My body is 27, but I'm only 11 years old. Therefore, I act the same way they act.
As a big kid at heart, Shaquille has always brought youthful exuberance to everything he does.
I love this game of basketball. It's my job, and I was taught that when you're doing your job, try to have fun. I'm just out there having fun, doing my job.
During the 70s, one man took NBA showmanship off the runway and into the skies. He was Julius Erving, known as Dr. J.
It wasn't Julius Erving, it was Dr. J, which meant when he got on the floor, on the court, he operated on guys.
And while soaring past opponents, Erving was transforming the game itself, lifting it above the rim. As he helped bring the playground game to the NBA, the Doctor was captivating fans throughout the league with moves that had never been seen before.
Pass is deflected, going to be stolen, I think, by the Doctor. Yes, he's got it. Here he comes. Way rock the baby to sleep and slam dunk.
When the Doctor retired in 1987, a successor was poised to take the game to an even higher level. He soared to such remarkable heights that he earned the nickname of Air Jordan.
How does he do that? How does he do that? How does he know?
The Bulls can go up 14. Jordan past Petrovic.
Whoa! You can't believe that one, can you? You better.
But when his airness left the court in 1998, fans searched for an heir apparent to assume his throne. And the search would lead to Toronto, where a dynamic young star was quickly rising to prominence. The Raptors' Vince Carter was launching a high-wire act of his own and earning some lofty comparisons.
Jordan-esque, very Michael Jordan-like. That was Jordan-like, everything.
The ball on the floor, taking it to the... Oh, my goodness! Man, did you see what I just saw? That's a little bit of Jordan there.
Is there a new Air Jordan? Now he's Air Carter. Now nobody can do the things he does on the floor. Be like Mike, I can never do that. I can't, I mean, even if I try it 100 times, it'll never be like him. So I'm gonna try to be the next Vince Carter.
Vince Carter down the middle, change direction. Oh, slam dunk! One of the greats of the year. Vince Carter and the putback. How about that one?
There it is. Every game he does something, you just shake your head and say, you gotta be kidding me.
Carter's first season was one long highlight reel, as he earned the Schick Rookie of the Year award. And by his second season, everyone had a favorite Vince Carter dunk.
My favorite is the one when he dunked on Mutombo, and he just smashed it down on him. That expression that's on his face, man, it's just funny. It's a funny sight.
It has to be the reverse of Indiana. You know, I never seen anything like that. I don't even think he knew he was going to dunk the ball, but he came baseline and brought it down on two people. Never seen anything like it.
I basically have to act like it's just, another play. And then you go back and you're that night and you're looking at the film and you're saying, that's pretty impressive.
And a turnover. Raptors with numbers. Look out! Soaring through the air, Vince Carter with the greatest of ease.
Vince Carter's doing dunks that Dr. J used to do, but making it look even better.
That's what people came to the arena in Oakland to check out. The right-handed spike dunk off the alley-oop.
I like anytime I step on the arena floor that people to know I'm gonna give them a show. It's my pleasure. I live for it. I live for the big crowds, the packed arenas. I love that. I play better.
Crowd still buzzing about Vince Carter's. Oh, another one from the Brady. Keep the highlight reel rolling, folks.
Everywhere we go, there's at least one or two moments a game where the crowd is cheering for Vince Carter as opposed to their home team.
Vince would truly arrive as a superstar at the 2000 NBA All-Star Weekend. He was the leading vote-getter for the All-Star Game, but his most stunning performance came in the NBA.com Slam Dunk Contest.
I used to tape dunk contests and just look at them all the time, watch them all the time.
All right, here is Vince Carter with his first stop. Let's go home! Let's go home, ladies and gentlemen!
second place. Hey, Michael, move over. Somebody's coming to get your best dunk ever.
Following in the flight path of Jordan and Dr. J, Carter not only electrified the fans, he also astonished the judges.
I just jumped out of my seat. He made me say ooh, he made me say ah, and then I just jumped.
Did he mess up your scoring system now?
Ain't no point total. He's off the charts. I mean, really off the charts. People say that, but this guy, he in another planet.
By the time he came down to earth, Vince Carter had captured the slam dunk contest and taken his place among the game's highest flyers. But his show would not be complete without one final act, the All-Star Game. There, Vince displayed his full arsenal of acrobatic moves and amazed everyone, even some of the game's premier players.
Vincent, Vincenity. Ain't no fair, man. I got so little hops and you got so much.
Love the way you play the game. Keep it up. I used to say I would never pay to see nobody play, but I'll bring my kids to see you play. Thank you.
I was 5 minutes ago, I was just a little nobody kid, skinny kid who everybody knew who could jump. That's it, you know, from Daytona Beach. And now, you know, I'm getting the opportunity to start in the NBA All-Star Game. Can't beat it.
It's going to be a really, really good dunk contest. We got a lot of high jumping, you know, a lot of high risers.
Here is Tracy McGrady of the Toronto Raptors. Tracy McGrady.
He's going to go ahead and kick it off. That's a hell of a way to start a dunk contest.
Steve Francis of the Houston Rockets up next. Oh, Steve Francis. Right here is Vince Carter with his first shot.
Let's go home. Let's go home, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go home.
This building just exploded.
It's over. It's over.
That is a reverse 360 going against the grain. That is unbelievable.
I like it so far.
Francis.
Hey, I see you, dog. I see you, dog.
The bounce was behind his head, but able to save it and put it home.
It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
Vince Carter setting the standard right now like Michael Jordan did.
Hey, this is a moment in history, dog. This is a moment in history. This is the greatest dunk contest ever.
Oh, Steve Francis. Tracy McGrady.
Let me see you shake your chest out of the ring.
I'm talking about.
All right, Vince Carter with his first on the final round. Have you ever seen that?
I've never seen that before. I'm not sure the guy can't go in through the rim head first.
Amazing. Vince Carter, the NBA dunk champion. I'm crowning him right now.
Hey, KGC Web Dunk Show, baby.
Down, yo. See y'all later.
See y'all next year, baby.